Hello everyone, Darren here, and on today's episode of WotC Academy, we are going to look at the one-handed Arty myth. Disclaimer is that I did have a replay of my own for this, that I was going to include, but unfortunately, my new capture card is being very wonky, and it does not want to just record a whole video. It's segmenting it and to like 19-second pieces and deleting parts of them. So it's basically just at no point in a video of my own replay there. So anyway, Slapafish Jr. thankfully was there to save the day. So he's got a replay for you guys as well. Now, real quick here before we jump into Slapafish Jr.'s video, the one-handed Arty myth is basically a myth that the artillery class is so easy to play that you can basically do it one-handed. In fact, there's even settings in the settings that allows you to do that more easily. So we're going to take a look at the replay from Slapafish, and we'll draw a conclusion from there, from that video, as well as at least the video that I would have had showcased here as well. But let's go take a look at Slapafish Jr.'s video.
Hello, today I'm going to be playing the Batchat 155-58 one-handed, apparently. And so, fun little disclosure, I forgot to put a crew into this that had skills. This is still left over from my skill video I did, and I'm not allowed, you know what, I'm just going to talk about it. So, also, I don't have consumables. Fantastic. I usually put the consumables and crew skills on my artillery, so, yeah. Anyway, I'm playing one-handed with artillery, as you can see in the top right of your screen. That's my hand with my PS5 controller. So Darren asked me to do this, and he asked me to do it live, which I didn't realize he asked me to do it live until I started recording this segment, like a minute ago. I was like, oops. But anyway, I mean, I think it's better like this because you would kind of just hear this. And it kind of annoys me when I hear that in, like, YouTube videos, so I'm not going to do that. But I can tell you some things about this. So, playing one-handed with artillery is actually pretty tough. No, it's actually pretty tough in any tank. It's maybe quite a bit easier with artillery, but you can do it in any tank you want to. You're just not going to be that good. Also, I do have some things helping me. I mean, I am recording my hand, so that's kind of maybe hindering me a little, but I do have things to help me out in this. So, I went into settings, and I turned on toggle artillery zoom. So basically, all I had to do is hit the button, hit the left trigger, L2, and basically we go into artillery zoom, so I don't have to hold it. If I had to hold it, then this would be a nightmare. Luckily, I don't have to hold it. Luckily, there's a setting. And I picked the Batchat 155-58 because I don't have to keep moving my hull and moving my gun at the same time. Because this is a fully traversable turret, and I just got the Batchat 155-58, so I kind of want to play it. It's actually pretty fun. Very long reload, but it's fun. Anyway, so one-handed playing artillery. I mean, shooting like this is pretty fine. It's not until you gotta move and shotgun. Shotgunning is absolutely hard. I did a couple of replays before this, but I recorded my hand at 4K 60 frames per second for who knows why. And I had a shotgunning match in there with one hand, and it was amazing, and I sucked at it. I flipped my artillery by accident, and it didn't work. I mean, I wasn't driving the Batchat 155-58, I was driving my Conqueror gun carriers, and I flipped on top side of a rock and shotgunned somebody that was in front of me. Well, on my side at my Conqueror gun carriers. And sadly, I didn't actually get to show that because that would have been fantastic. But this is actually going to be a pretty nice long match for the Batchat 155-58. It's a 4-shot, so that's fine. The one-handed thing is definitely hard. Communicating with your team is very hard in this. Also, I really wanted to use my left hand during this entire time. Like, I would, like, reach to the left and just, like, want to, like, drive with my left hand and pick up the controller. Luckily for me, I do have it set on a table, so that made it 10 times easier. I wouldn't imagine, like, having this controller in, like, holding the controller and trying to work all the buttons on the controller, because the PS5 controller is pretty nice size. I mean, it's about the size of a Xbox Series S controller and bigger than a PS4 controller. So it is a pretty big, bulky controller. So yeah, holding this thing with one hand is actually kind of hard. Also, if you're wondering what that 10 thing is, that I got a Wargaming shirt, World of Tanks shirt, and it came in like this 10 thing for the Italian Tech Tree Elite tanker, the Progetto 65. It was a mystery shirt. So yeah, and that's exactly the shirt I'm wearing right now. So I didn't have a prop stand. It's not like every day I record my hand. I don't record my hand every single day. No, I don't do that. But anyway, I guess I'm gonna make exceptions to some things. But anyway. So, right now, I'm just trying to find shots. There are 2 Batchats over here that are kind of just farming the team. And there are also in a platoon. Now, if I was, like, two-handed, doing this two-handed, this would be easier shots. Also, especially, like, switching from, like, straight down to, like, this mode right here is actually kind of difficult with one hand and moving around at the same time. Also, luckily for me, I know a shortcut to move my pointer reticle around the map. You bring up the big map while you're in artillery mode, artillery view, and you select where you want to go on the map, hit triangle, and your reticle goes there. The camera view goes there, and the reticle just swings around and points there. Luckily, I know that little trick, so this helps out tremendously. Now, would I play one-handed with any other tank besides artillery? I mean, tank destroyers, yeah. Maybe a mouse? I don't know. Maybe not a mouse now because the multi-weapon systems. Also, remember, I'm only firing one type of round, so if I really wanted to, which I usually do on my M44, I was not going to pick my M44 because I'm always switching rounds, which is the down D-pad. And you can see me struggling, like, actually sending messages, which, luckily for me, this is not my first time sending messages playing artillery one-handed. And so I kind of get used to it. But yeah, there's not many tanks I would play one-handed with. Would I do this again? No. So yeah, I've said I would not play the M44 because that's an artillery. I have the advanced reload on, so I switch from heat to high explosive often, and that's on the left D-pad. Also, I love shotgunning in the M44, and my 53-55, the 53-55 is a shotgunning artillery. Bert, the FE304, or Super Bert, the HM8 FE305, you could not play one-handed. You could probably play the Bishop. But your best friends, if you're playing one-handed controller, artillery-wise, would be any artillery that had a wide arc or an artillery that had a turret. You could forget shotgunning because shotgun is not going to work. I've tried it. It's terrible. Good luck. Good luck. That's all I got to say. Driving's kind of difficult. Honestly, not really. As long as you have auto drive, your auto drive works, you're kind of fine. You can keep your camera just pointing forward. And right now I'm just trying to shoot at E100. And this is one of the things I like about the Batchat artillery, because even though it has a very long reload, it does have 4 shots. So I can like readjust. See, the first shot I fired, hit a building, like out of camera view. So I repositioned my reticle to get a better shot. And my second shot actually hit. And now I'm going to put my 4th shot over here, which actually does 229 damage. Tell my team I'm reloading. Yes, you've seen that correctly. That is a 66-second reload for the Batchat 155-58. Now, I'm actually going to go reposition over here to the A1 corner, because I can reposition and get shots onto this E100 and Sturret Spawn cave if I wanted to. So yeah. And I'm just going to drive over here. You see, driving is not that difficult. If this was a light tank or a real light tank, good luck. That's a good luck. And, oh yeah, that's another thing. Falling off cliffs, or like living when falling off a cliff, I could definitely do. Like in the F1 area when I was hiding, when I got targeted, I could have fallen back if I was actually using 2-hand and just live confidently. But with this 1-hand setup, I was not going to take the chance and try to jump down there and try to take my chances to live. Now I'm just going to shoot the C100, which, spoiler alert, he's dead. And that's the Batchat 155-58. With me dropping it in 1 hand. It was a victory. I didn't get anywhere close. I did make 60,000 silver, 2,000 something damage, 2 kills, and yeah, I'm just going to let Darren take it back. Unless this is in the video. If this is in the video, well, this is awkward. See ya.
Once again, I'd like to thank Slapafish Jr. for coming to the rescue and helping me out with this video while I still work out the kinks on my new capture card. But back to this myth here. I'm going to have to ask you guys to draw your own conclusions here, because from your point of view, half of what I'm going to say is hearsay. And unfortunately, I wish I had my replay to back up what I'm about to say. This myth definitely confirmed you can play Arty one-handed, but based on my replay where I just jumped into a game after not touching artillery for a year and a half and just not knowing any technique or not knowing what I'm doing, casually got 6K and one-shot 2 tanks. And that was in the 53-55. But again, I was just sitting still most of the time and not moving around a whole lot. And we can see from Slapafish's video that he was moving around a lot more, definitely a lot more than what you would have seen in my video. And he was a lot more active in his artillery. So while the myth is definitely confirmed that you can play artillery one-handed, and the fact that there is a setting in the settings that allows you to do that more easier, I will say, though, that how effective that is, or how possible it is for someone to play artillery one-handed, will fall on that person's skill and some other factors at play as well. Because again, I didn't move at all, and I just sat in one place most of the time, and I got a casual 6K, and Slapafish was moving around, and he got some damage, he contributed, but obviously it was more difficult for him. So it really would depend on how active you are and your skill as a player. But I feel like that answers the myth. If there's a serious issue regarding this video, do let me know, and I have no problem re-recording it if need be. But, you know, tell me your thoughts on this myth. But that does it for today's video. Thank you all for watching. Thank you once again to Slapafish Jr. I'm going to leave a link to his channel in the video description. Check it out if you haven't seen his content already. And until next time, this has been Darren of WotC Academy.